Alright, so we're going to be going over the minimum viable product for my real estate clicker game. So when you load in, you first just have the simple homepage. I'm still designing and trying to figure out what the background should be, but I think it's going to be like a city skyline. If you click on settings, you can see the volume and the profile. Click back, you go back, and then play. Now you're at the main game HUD. So you see this $100 bill. You start clicking it, and you can see one click generates $1. But you can also buy upgrades. Upgrade plus one, you gotta pay 50, and you can see the value go down when you pay. But now you can see each click is worth 2, as it shows on the blue button. Now when you buy an apartment, I just made this short and cheap for this video, but you can see that each time the button resets, the total cash value goes up by a certain value. In this case, I think it's 25. And then you can keep buying upgrades. And each upgrade you buy, the price goes up by, or the cost of it goes up by $50. So it's $50 per click, and you can buy more apartments to generate more passive income. And you do that by just purchasing more, clicking, and buying more upgrades to find the most efficient route possible to do so. I'm still working on the prizes here because I gotta draw the art and figure out where to put the prizes, which might be a little complicated, but I think I'll figure it out. So I'm just gonna save it for the house here to show you that all the buttons work. You can see there's like a cooldown or a wait time in order for the user to receive the profits, and it kind of is like receiving rent from a monthly tenant where you have to wait. And you're also able to see the quantity or the total amount of property you own and the types of it. So once this timer goes up, you can see it for the house, it goes up by $1,000. And then this dollar bill I just got online, it was free. And yeah, this is like the solid base of my game with pretty much all the main working components so far. Just gotta figure out the prizes, and then I think I'm gonna add a couple more upgrades, and then just gotta work out the art for the game. Along with this, I made empty game objects for each of the scripts, and you can see, if you look at the buttons, you see how they all have the game manager script on it, and you see the buy property has a tag or a name of 0, because when you go to the script, you can see all the different pieces of property. You could change the prices like so, and edit all the profits, the profit interval, which is the time to get paid out. You set the last time collected to 0 so that the property, when you buy it, it can start going. It doesn't go automatically. That's an obstacle I faced at first. And yeah, you can see also there's a timer text and quantity text. And in order to display that on the screen, I had to create separate text attached to the buttons, which displays the time you have left until you get paid out and the total amount of property you own. UI elements is just to display the money text and display the upgrade button, as you can see there. And then UI manager, same thing. It just helps display the total cash value and connects that all together on one screen. Yeah, and you can see how I've made buttons for each property, which I'll change into images later. And I still got to figure out the prizes and code that. So yeah, jumping right into the game manager, the properties list is a list of all the properties that are available for purchase, and the buy property index, it lets the player buy a property at a specific price. And then this update function, it checks the timers and adds the profit up when the time is up, and it updates the countdown on screen when it reaches when the timer reaches 0 again, if that makes sense. The scene switcher is pretty simple. You can either load the scene by its name or the index, which is seen in the scene manager in the build settings. I think I just pulled this right off of YouTube. Yeah, and then going to the click manager. This is a very important one, along with the game manager. The money variable shows how much money the player has. The click value shows how much money each click earns. The money text updates the UI with the current money, and the add money. The add money system called when the player clicks to earn, and the update click increases the click power and subtracts the cost. So yeah, or the upgrade click, like public void upgrade click, it increases the click power and subtracts the cost pretty much. The UI manager, it just manages all the money display, the timers, and the buttons. It just helps with the setup of the game. The property, it's the name of the property, the cost, the profit, the time interval, and if it's bought or if the player has purchased it, true or false. And the last time collected tracks the profit and such. And the timer text shows the countdown. And then global money, this was the old script I used to try and calculate the money from the clicks and stuff, but I realized it was simpler to put everything in the click manager and the game manager. And basically, I want to jump back to the property manager, and that the reason it just shows all those statistics of the properties, it's because the game manager calls it back again and refers back to that script, if that makes sense.